Sometimes it can feel like injustice has the upper hand. You watch the wicked prosper, see selfishness rewarded, or witness systems stacked in favor of those who manipulate and hoard. In those moments, it's easy to feel impatient or even cynical. But God's economy does not operate like the world's. Injustice may flourish temporarily, but divine principles correct iniquity across generations. God observes and measures and orchestrates outcomes so that the righteous ultimately benefit from what the wicked have accumulated. This is a kingdom reality that requires patience and trust and a perspective that looks beyond immediate appearances. Think of how often history demonstrates this particular principle. Entire families and communities or even nations have experienced delayed blessings or prolonged struggle, only for God's timing to reveal justice and provision later, sometimes decades later. What appeared lost or overlooked or unfair is often restored or multiplied at precisely the right moment. Even in our own personal lives, we can reflect on seasons where we felt delayed or ignored or overshadowed, and later recognize how God's hand was at work behind the scenes, preparing the resources, preparing the opportunities, or perhaps the wisdom necessary for our benefit. Let's revisit Joseph's story one more time. He was sold into slavery by his brothers. He endured years of hardship and apparent injustice. God's timing ensured that Joseph not only rose to leadership in Egypt, but also became the means of provision for his family and an entire nation. God's orchestration of justice, of opportunity, and blessing often spans years, and patience allows the righteous to align themselves with his perfect timing. Because when Joseph was going through all of this, he somehow still maintained his faith and he continued to interpret dreams until the day it became his superpower. Reflecting on this, it becomes clear that impatience or envy only distracts us from participating faithfully in God's plan. While the world may appear chaotic or unfair, the righteous can trust that divine correction operates over time. The wealth, influence, and provision accumulated by the wicked are never beyond God's oversight. Through his redistribution, the righteous receive what is due, often multiplied in ways that the human eye or brain could never anticipate or calculate. Today, consider your own perspective on delayed blessing and apparent injustice. Ask yourself, how can you remain faithful and patient while God works invisibly? Recognize that seasons of waiting are not seasons of loss. They are periods of preparation, alignment,